Hey everyone, and first thanks to all the people that subscribe to the channel. The channel just hit 100 subs because of your lovely support, and it's a pretty crazy milestone for me. And to celebrate this, I challenge myself with something that has to do with the number 100. First I wanted to make something like a little adventure, Metroidvania, where you need to collect 100 people, but then I noticed that's way too much effort for the short amount of time I want to get it done. So then I came up with the idea of challenging myself to make a game that is only 100 by 100 pixels big. And if you don't know, that's actually really small. So then I went with that, and it was pretty clear from the get-go that I needed everything to be simple and easy readable. So for that I limited myself to only simple shapes, and for colors I used only a few as well. White always stands for whether neutral elements, for example UI or player-based elements like the player. And I used red for the enemies, which makes sense because red is often associated with danger. And lastly I used grey tones for the background, so it doesn't blend in with the foreground, and this helps with the clarity. So then after setting these easy rules, I coded the basic movement, which I totally didn't just copy it out of one of my other projects. And then I made shooting, which I made from scratch this time. After I got this working, I jumped onto the enemies and spawning them. They are just patrolling from one randomly selected move spot to another. After the enemies I went onto the score system, letting the player die, and the main menu. I found the main menu pretty challenging to organize on the small space of screen, but I managed it pretty well, in my opinion. Then I added a nice little difficulty curve based on the score you have, so increases the spawn rate of the enemies. And now I only added some simple polish, so I made a few cool particle effects using Unity's particle system. Great system with that you can do literally everything you can imagine. After adding some of that game juice, I put some sounds in from my purchased sound packs, and I generated some 8-bit like music using Accurate Music, which is an AI that generates music for you. And after adding the audio and mixing everything nicely, the game sounds like this. Now I only needed to build the game and making an itch.io page. I ended up calling the game Tiny Shooter because it's a shooter and the canvas is pretty tiny, so yeah. Anyway, the game is published now when this video is out, so you can play it directly with the link in the description. And thanks again to every subscriber that supports me. I really appreciate this. And if you like what you see here, hit the like button, and you can subscribe as well and hit the bell to see more content like this, or the devlogs for my main project called Assault, or tutorials on art and animation. Hope you enjoyed watching. See you next time. Cheers.